Shout outs to the good people down at Independent Dope. Like,
all right, E.Ness, welcome to Independent Dope.
Independent Dope. What it
Appreciate
do?
you, brother.
Absolutely.
Can't complain. So, all right, man. First things first, I want to say you had one of the hardest bars of the last 10 years. You said they don't make designer for us chubby guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a true statement, man. Like, that wasn't cap. That was true. The new era is real. I would say, is real materialistic, and you know what I mean. We in the era of the climate of the drip. So, niggas done issued the dripping. It's been around for years, but it just go through different levels year after year. But designer is the drip. So when I start like doing my homework and start going into these high-end stores, I start realizing a lot of shit wasn't made my size.
Facts.
And I was like, damn, I gotta really put that in there because I know it's niggas everywhere with the bellies and all that that feel the same way I do. Like, damn, that's be cute, but I can't get that shit because they don't make the shit on my size.
You know, Burberry for us.
Yeah, right. So it was like.
But you just dropped a few.
So that encouraged me to, lose a little bit more weight to fit the little pretty clothes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all the image thing. I mean, that's almost like 89% of it, man. It's image, how people see you.
That's a fact. How much did you lose?
I'm gonna say roughly between 25 and 30 pounds. It's not much, but I was up to 250. So now I'm down to like at least 225, trying to keep it around between 220 and 200. Because it all go by your weight and your height. So if you're a certain height, you have to be a certain weight.
That's a fact.
So if you're not a certain weight, then you would consider obese.
Yeah, it's a fact.
And all your premiums go up to your insurance and all that shit. So it's a big thing. Weight is just like another excuse for re-existing problems.
Yeah, and I like that you said a lot of it's based on image, like just surviving in the game.
Yeah.
But like the way I look at it, you have like 3 lives right now. You got like what we introduced you as, the MTV era.
Right.
Then it was quiet. Then you came back. Well, you had the MTV era / the solo situation.
Right.
Then the battle rap situation.
Then the battle rap shit.
Which is still current. But then now it's like you're back. You flooding everything online.
Yeah.
It's new tapes. It's projects. It's music.
Yeah.
Not just battle. So like, how were you able to like keep surviving? You always
it's
around.
It's just, keep it honest, man. Sometimes people should just shut the fuck up. I come from a city, it's Philadelphia. It's a city of brotherly love, but it's really the opposite. And then if you don't, excel or progress in a certain period of time that the people have given you to go through that window and excel and progress and blow up, per se, then they kind of count you out. In a city, we just have a habit of kicking people while they down. So it was that one extra kick that a nigga gave me that pushed me to go back and go hard at this shit.
Recently, right?
Yeah, so it was like, the nigga just was saying too much shit. Like, nigga, you ain't doing nothing with it and all that. And all that. So I was like, I'm gonna show these motherfuckers.
And the thing is like, in hip hop, we are one of the only genres where we put such ageism. But you and a lot of other, your contemporaries like Benny, you're proving age doesn't matter.
Right. Well, shout out to Benny. He like, him and Black Soprano family along with Conway and Drum Work and West Side, that whole thing proved to you that, you just gotta follow your own path. If you just keep doing it and keep believing in it, that, there's people that relate to you all over the world. You just gotta reach out to them, and that's how we do it through our music. And they just can back up the fact that, staying true to what you do and your story can actually become lucrative.
Facts. See, like your story, so like we all know, as far as nationally, it started with reality television.
Right.
At one point, reality TV was looked at like it could be a graveyard. Now, for a lot of people, it's the catalyst to getting lit. So,
right.
So if you had Instagram when you first came on TV, you would have 17 million followers.
No, absolutely. The platform, like the ways that we access music and the way that we involved in people's lives via social media is way different. Like I was riding G4s and G5s back in the early 2000s. But if I had an Instagram, I could have been on the G4s and G5s with the Puff Daddies and the French Mob. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So the era is different. So the way that we receive it is faster, and the way that we dismiss it is faster. So that everybody has a short shelf life. So social media has given everybody a platform where they can be face to face with you daily. Where you going, what you eating, who you was with, what you recorded. You went live, you went on highway, you in a car, you over here, you at the pizza shop, you in the studio, you in a cypher, you at an event, you at a showcase, you at a host and appearance. So social media has given everybody an even platform to where nobodies can become somebodies overnight and somebodies can go back to nobodies overnight.
That's a fact. See, you were able to leave TV and learn how to swim and still exist in the game.
Yeah.
But you were in a group with 5 other people.
Yeah.
And excluding Babs, because she found her way with Queen of the Ring, it would be said that you were the only person that kind of is still alive from that situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to Babs with her Queen of the Ring. She just had a successful event the other night, her prom night series on Queen of the Ring. Shout out to her, Vig, Debo. And you know, everybody out of everybody in the group, we was the 2 hip hop purists, I would say. And that's not taking anything away from any other of the members, but we was the East Coast rappers that, you know, actually went to the shows and opened up for artists in our city and went and got the source and read them front to back. And we was the 2 artists out the group that really loved hip hop. And we didn't have to be forced to do anything. We didn't have to be forced to write or rehearse or do anything because we loved it that much.
From the cloth.
Yeah, from the cloth. So everybody else, they had their own reasons why they was there. But me and Babs kind of actually shared that purity for the, I mean, that same love for hip hop that we all do when we first realize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is an awesome thing. So out of that, you know, we just, you know what I mean? I had some bad years as a career. Everybody, oh, you washed up. No, Ford don't sell all the cars every year. Sometimes Toyota do. Sometimes they #1. Sometimes Lamborghini #1. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So niggas not fucking with Ness just this year. Is other colorful artists that's out at the time that niggas just checking for. I just gotta preserve myself, stay healthy. You know what I mean? Not, you know what I mean, drinking, drug, keep my weight down, just watch my shit and just preserve myself until it's my time again. Everything comes back around. First niggas was wearing crew necks, then crew necks was corny. And then niggas start wearing V-necks, and V-necks is corny. Now they back to crew necks. It's all fucked up. Niggas wasn't wearing bell bottoms. Now it's boot cut. Now it's straight leg. Then it's skinny jeans. Now it's back to boot cut. See what I'm saying?
Stack pants and all that.
See what I'm saying? It's weird. So you just gotta, preserve your body, stay healthy, and weather the storm instead of test the time till it's your turn again.
So when you see your like fellow bandmates, like recently, like Fred was on Instagram Live talking about like body killing himself.
Yeah.
Like, do you reach out?
No, I kind of stayed, like, kept my distance from that because, you know what I mean, Fred is, you know what I mean, a good friend of mine, and despite what you've seen on the show, what we went through, like we had a real relationship out on and off the camera. So I don't want to sit up here and be like, I don't think he should have did that because whatever his truth is what his truth is. And then I'll be reading the comments when they say, we want to stop hearing you telling about the truth. There's only one truth, but I'm sorry to say, his truth is his truth. So, I mean, the way he felt at the time, I can honestly say that's probably how he felt. So I wait till he opened up and wanted to share.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of, yo, what's wrong? You tripping? You bugging? Niggas saying you this, you that. So everybody got their reasons. But I knew from the day I got there that, I mean, it's a possibility that it wouldn't work.
Okay.
And that's what I had over everybody.
You think
I didn't put all my eggs in that one basket.
Okay.
Yeah, I was happy to be there and I shared the same excitement that we all did, but I knew at a moment's notice it could all be over.
Yeah.
And that's what I understood from the day one.
Yeah.
That they didn't understand. And so that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I respect that. I've seen a few of them kind of like really imply that like Diddy ruined their lives, even with the opportunity, but you never hear that from you. Like we never hear you slander them.
Yeah, people, I get backlash for that. Oh, this man jerked you and you never say nothing bad, but there's no guarantee. Life is no guarantee. You know what I mean? You could live a safe life, you could work a job, and you could work out and exercise, you could take supplements, and you don't smoke and drink, then you get hit by a fucking bus. Then what?
Yeah.
You died healthy by a fucking bus.
Yeah.
You could be a gat and rob people and line people up and never do a day in jail. But the motherfucker that sold one piece of crack got 20 years. So there's no fucking guarantee in any of this shit. So once you understand that nobody gives a fuck about you or the music that you make, you're on your way.
Yeah. So we always hear like negative stuff about Diddy, but can you like say something positive you learned from him?
I mean, everybody gonna say a lot of negative things about you, even after you're gone. When you deceased, people say, yeah, man, but he ain't do them kids right, man. Or he ain't do his baby moms right, man. Or I don't feel like if I was him, when I was alive, I would have did this type of shit. I would have ran up in the office and I would have smashed tables and knocked shit off the... but don't nobody know, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of this shit. I'm on the inside looking out. So, what, you know what I'm saying, y'all the consumer. So it's my job as, you know what I mean, the content creator to create the content for y'all to decide on what's a hit record and what's lit and what's not. That's my only job. I'm a robot. I'm part of the matrix, I must say. But that's the life we signed up for. It's a thankless job. No matter how good you do, niggas gonna say, what's new? It's a thankless job.
So yeah, is there any specific advice that like you could say like you learned from Diddy? Like
yeah, man, just the work ethic. You know what I mean, he helped me you know what I mean, re-strengthen my work ethic. And just being in New York always like away from my city and my comfort zone, it made me want to work harder because it wasn't that many other activities to do but work in the studio. So I mean, it's me going to the studio day by day. I just fell more in love with creating music and just constantly writing and creating music.
Became a workhorse.
Yeah.
So what's the current relationship like? Like y'all still in touch or?
Yeah, everybody's still in touch, man. We're supposed to be doing a reunion tour, but unfortunately we get right to the down to the stretch and it doesn't happen. So right now I'm just focusing on me. I know I dropped a project, E.Ness and Friends, is on Spotify, Tidal. You know, I got the label. I got artists that I'm nurturing and developing right now, 54ville ENT. My business partner, we got the Three-Headed Monster management company. I also got my own cheesecake business. So everything that everybody's been using against me, I've embraced it and just flipped it and turned lemons into lemonade.
That's fire.
So I definitely got the cheesecake business popping on Instagram. So you can follow that at Ness Cheesecake on Instagram at NESSCHEESECAKE. And just working the social media. A lot of people say, oh, you only got a social media presence. That's not true. I also have a radio presence and I also have a battle rap presence. So you can't just say you just got a social media presence, because I'm also currently on, you know what I mean, top 2 stations in my market, which is being Power 99 100.3, and I got the number 1 DJ in Philly back in every play, which is Cosmic Kevin. I also got the number 1 DJ in New York back in my play, DJ Self. So they my rabbis right now, and they're making sure I get the looks that I deserve right now. I'm dropping bars after bars, continuous bars on all these platforms, from Shade 45 all the way down to the small blog sites. Man, you know, anybody that has a social media platform, there's no reason for you not to be on these platforms promoting yourself daily.
Yeah.
Dropping something daily to get closer to your goal. I mean, you start there. If your numbers don't improve, and then you have to recalibrate, reevaluate your situation.
Yeah, but I notice people, they always try to downplay anything you do, but like, even if it was just a social media presence, if it's helping you pay your bills, then it matters.
Yeah, that's just to trick me out of my position.
Exactly.
And be like, damn, that's only and then go focus on something else. And then people always do that. Yo, don't fuck with her, man. She ain't right. And then 2 days later, you see her with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I thought she wasn't right. No, I talked to her and she was actually cool. Nah, see, there are people always gonna do that to you. They do that to you on all aspects of life. Same way on rap shit, music shit. Why you doing that? That's not lit. And then you stop doing it, and then they get lit off of doing it. Like, no, the way I did it was like, no, that's the same shit you told me not to do. Like,
what's it go? I mean, but as a battle rapper, like, you dominated battle rap, but there's always like that stigma, like battle rappers they just can't rap on a beat. But you kind of proved that to be false. You know, like I feel like that's a little underrated in your part.
Yeah, but I've always took pride in just being able to become one with the beat or the music or the track. So the way I was developed was to, you know, counting bars and restructuring songs and having bridges and choruses. These was instilled in me early on in my career, way before I even got to the Bad Boy platform, on being on TV. So just having that instilled in me, I just take pride in being a dope writer and being a total package. Now, over the years, your confidence might be dulled a little bit by all of the new talent that's being, you know, shoveled upon us year by year. But, you know what I mean, it's like riding a bike, man. As long as you know how to do that shit and you keep working at it, and that's what I kind of flipped it over. People saying, oh, you wash. So I took one freestyle turned into two turned into three turned into 4 a week. And then on top of that, I'm battling high profile battle rappers every other weekend. And then I'm in small rooms battling these no names, giving them a chance. So it's like me taking shots at all the top tier guys and giving back that olive branch back to all of the no name guys or the guys on the come up.
Yeah, I like that you always focus on your pen. Your pen's impeccable.
Yeah.
So do you ghostwrite also?
Yeah, I ghostwrite. Like I said, everybody is just feed off your momentum. So the more active you are, the more visible you are, the more people is reposting you and sharing you and all that. People get to see your actual talent, and they get to see, damn, man, Puff, like, damn, he ain't know what to do with you, or Puff dropped the bag. And not to be negative or try to throw no dirt on his name, but people really get to see, like, damn, you really are talented.
Facts.
And it start working its way up into higher rooms, and people start really noticing, like, damn, this boy really, like, he's passionate at this, and it don't stop with him. And then different doors are opened up for you. People started calling you on different business endeavors, and people that you ain't people that you ain't touched bases with in years, and start calling you, like, just by you being consistent on social media. I'm seeing you every day, or seeing you constantly, and you staying visible, and you look nice, and you're not asking nobody for nothing, and you not looking like Eddie Kane off the Temptation, off the 5 Heartbeats and shit, and you ain't coming around begging. Long as you stay sturdy, you look the part, you preserve yourself, and you healthy, and you had a skill set, and you have the goods. No, you can't blackball that. Yeah. It's like LeBron, like, either you have it or you don't.
Facts. So, any artists you could tell us that you wrote for? Any songs you could mention?
Shit. Listen, it goes on and on. Of course, I wrote for Puff. That was recently. I did a lot of reference tracks for Puff, but the one that made it to the light was the Diddy Rock record that was on his 2005 album Press Play. It featured Sean and Twister, and it was produced by Timbaland and Danger. So, that actually went to be licensed by Burger King. One of their little burger campaigns they did years ago, they actually picked that song out of his whole catalog to be like the song, licensed the song for the commercial for their new burger they was promoting. Then 2 years ago, I think 2009, 3 years ago, Men in Black 4, the international series, put it in their movie. So 116, 3 checks.
That's fire.
Over this course of 20 years.
We seen you post a couple clips with Kanye on Instagram too. We were wondering.
Yeah, shout out to Ye, man. Ye, that's a good friend of mine for over 25 years. I actually brought him to the band crib when we were on the second season, when we was actually recording for the our album, and shit transpired, and he wasn't gaining access, and that's the last time I see him, and it was all because of that guy named Mr. Farnsworth Bentley. And then Farnsworth Bentley ended up signing into Good Music 2 years later. And at the time, Farnsworth Bentley didn't know who Kanye was, and he was a good friend of mine. And I brought him out there to submit some beats, and he was turned away. And he reached out to me, brought me out of LA to work on the Donda 2 project. So that's current. And then I got other people just showing me love, and trying to sit down and work. So that's just a few of my high profile clients, but I got a lot of other people that I'm working on that I don't want to speak of right now. You know what I mean?
Kanye's under fire right now. You don't have no worries about being next to him?
Kanye is Kanye. Hopefully, he make it out of this, but I know he is a genius, and whatever he got planned and whatever his strategy, more power to him. And with the whole White Lives Matter thing, it's like people got to step back and understand that this is Kanye, and this is Kanye's life, and his children are biracial. So why wouldn't White Lives Matter?
Okay, interesting. So you would you wear the shirt?
I wouldn't per se wear the shirt, but I back Kanye play whatever he do. You know what I'm saying? We might not disagree on all the things that he speak of, but I do comprehend, and I do process and absorb a lot of the things that he be saying, because I've lived that life being in the industry. So I know how it's a give and take thing.
And do you feel like there's a method to his madness a little bit?
I definitely feel that there's a method to his madness, and he has the capital and he has the resources and finances to weather the storm. I can say that. That's
true. You were out in LA. Did you ever think about stepping into any acting, or?
I've acted, but time and time again, Hollywood has changed its criteria and its standard. Now, guys like me, Bobby Shmurda, the Kevin Harts, the Lil Rels, and and these guys, like the darker skinned men are getting the leading men roles and shit like that, where in prior years we wasn't. So, you know what I mean, being that we're getting a shot, I do want to, you know what I mean, get my acting feet wet, but I do have experience. I almost did like 2.5 movies with Freeway. I shot one called Welcome to Killer City with Money G and Freeway out on Kansas City like 5 years ago. Then I'm also in the untitled version of State Property 3, which is called What We Do, starring me, myself, Freeway, the Young Gunners, and Emilio Sparks.
And that was actually filmed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard things about that back in the day. Were you in a group with Freeway back in the day too?
No, me and Freeway came up in the same circuit. I come up from that era with the Roots,
Ice City,
100X, Major Figures, Task Force, which went on to become 9 Brigade. So that's my whole era. Was born in the late 70s, but I'm considered an 80s baby, early 90s guy. That's what I fell in love with hip hop. So that's kind of like my era. But I mean, the stars born every day, and these new guys, I mean, they just up in the bar day after day, and you kind of have to stay young too, and you really can't let them know your age by being bitter or expressing yourself by this and that, because it's an ever-changing thing. And the way we rap 20 years ago is not the way we rap present day. But that don't mean that, you know what I mean, if it ain't broke, you don't gotta fix it. And that's kind of what I'm doing. My resurgence is, he always was hot. He just never got his just due. Let's give him his flowers, and everything that he gets, I mean, from here on, he deserves. Because he paid his dues. And we seen him take L's, and we seen him win, and we seen him take L's, and we seen him win, and you know what I mean? And he just been through the mud. It's time for him to get his just due.
Yeah, I feel like you got like a real personable approach about you. Like, it's not Hollywood. Even when people see you on cameras, they whole lot. Some people, even before they was born, maybe, but they just know you for being on the camera.
Just elaborate on Kanye, like what he's doing is sacrificing everything that he worked for to show people about the powers that be. But all in all, the bottom line, and the bare facts is their system. And even if you make a certain amount of money, I mean, you have to put your money in their banks. Is their system.
Basically, it's like we own it. Y'all just here for the moment.
So he's sacrificing a lot of things to speak out and show people what it really is. And he's taking a lot of hit for it, and I commend that. But all in all, bottom line, just their system.
You think it's waking people up?
It is waking people up, and the anti-Semitism stuff and Kyrie Irving, it starting to spill out into other areas. But he struck the blow.
Yeah, that's true. So we talk about being owners. I know, like, you started a label, 54ville Entertainment.
Yeah, 54ville ENT. We got Novalar, G Dot. We working on other artists, female artists. We got producers, G Dot, G Nice, and we're just developing, nurturing talent right now. And we don't want to spill our whole table out right now, but. You know what I mean? We doing all the tweaking and getting everything up to frequency. So when you see it, next time you see it, it's going to be 110%.
Yeah. So what's something like you'll do for your artist that you wish somebody did for you?
Just the discipline. Being an artist is discipline, and there's a lot of time and energy you have to put it behind not only a male artist, but twice that of a female artist, because the hair and the makeup and the transportation, just the way you want your queens to look, because they're representing you and your company and they're a reflection of you, so they can't be looking any type of way. So even with the male artists and their wants and needs and desires and how fast they think shit should be moving, and the game is like, it'll give you a quick crash course and humbling.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But like when you're on the artist side mostly, but being on the executive side, a lot of times, and I used to work in music management.
You could never be an executive until you become an artist. You got to be on the floor with the soldiers before you can rule and lead. And that's what I've been doing for the past 20 years, of being on the ground floor level. And now I'm a boss now, and then I see it from that perspective, and now I can step back out of it. In 10 years I was dormant, I became a consumer, just listening to music and studying on the way we get music and purchase music, and the internet, and how big that play a role in how we like music and dislike music and have our opinions on this and that. And it's just big to where most of these rappers just cool with getting podcasts, but I still have that energy and I still have that drive and that determination and that youth in me to still be an artist, a respectable artist at my age, at this point, knowing all the pitfalls that I went through. I'm wearing that, I'm embracing that. Instead of running from it, I'm running towards it. I'm letting everybody that I walked for Cheesecake. I'm letting everybody know that I had rough times over there, that I was with a major label and it didn't work out the way. I didn't get the storybook ending like everybody thought I should. But it's never over. It's never over.
Yes, that's a fact. I agree. Dame Dash always says when you work with an artist, though, when something goes wrong, it's your fault. When something goes right, it's their fault.
Facts.
And when it's time to pay, you or when it's time to break bread, they resent you because they feel like it's their money.
Facts.
Is that something you fear?
No, I don't fear anything but not being able to do everything I'm supposed to do because I never know my last day. That's my only fear. Not doing every fucking thing. We'll never know our last day. Was you told?
No.
Was you told? Were you told? Nobody was told. So we don't know that last day. So that's my only fear, not doing everything in my God's power that he gave me to my best of my ability.
Yeah. So a lot of people from your era, they didn't really learn how to utilize social media to their benefit. But I feel like you do that really well. Like, is anybody that taught you and sat back and taught you, like, yo, this is how you brand the digital marketing side?
No, it just was a trial and error thing. Just be posting, constantly posting. Yeah, I did come in contact with some people that gave me some insight onto how to build numbers and how to build an audience. But just me, living through this whole digital phase through my kids. They're teenagers now. So you gotta understand, they're before the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? They were kids before the iPhone was introduced. You know what I'm saying? So I've walked that whole walk with them. So not being hands-on with it, I've learned secondhand from them, my own children.
Right.
So it's hard to ignore it when, people right there, you know what I mean, that you're taking care of or providing for are involved in it so deeply. So it's just like, me posting or I didn't get as many views on this day, or it was the time. Damn, I noticed when I post early in the morning when people getting up going to work, I get more engagements.
Facts.
And then it slows down. Then at 5 o'clock, it starts ring, ding, dinging again because people getting off work and they back on their phone. Or people go off lunch between the hours of 12 and 2. I might get busy and my phone like ding, 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 because I'm just noticing the algorithm and the way people, engage with my content.
Yeah, Saturday night, horrible time. Everybody's out.
But
you learn that.
Yeah.
So how is it balancing, like, having teenage kids but being, like, both feet in the industry as well?
My biggest job is creating something or content or music or anything that they're interested in, because that guarantees me another 10 years to be a merchant of music.
The best A&Rs.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So as far as the E.Ness and Friends project,
right? How
was that received, you feel?
Shout out to Benny, shout out to Method Man, shout out to Tay Rock, Freeway, Beanie Siegel, Vado, Corey Guns, DJ Crazy, Zai Sosa, everybody on the album, man. Collectively, I put it together over the course of like two and a half years, and just everybody just giving verses, shooting videos, whatever time they had to spare to add to what I was doing. It was well appreciated, and it's a dope project. Right now we're in the midst of rewiring everything. It's under reconstruction, making sure we put it up there correctly, so it's being linked to everybody's real official account, so we get their engagements as well.
Yeah, so what gave you that idea though to do, like, it was almost like a compilation tape? Or it's like
being competitive, sitting around watching Benny, sitting around watching Freeway with the Freedom Thinkers Academy, sitting around watching Beanie Siegel still touring, sitting around watching Conway went around and sell the merchandise and drop project after project and tour, and being able to make consistent money where you can take care of yourself off of what you believe in. Just watching the guys that's been active for the past 2-3 years.
All right, so if you had to name your top 5 artists, period, like who's E.Ness's favorite, or who's on your Mount Rushmore, or you could say your top 5 right now?
Jadakiss, Benny, J. Cole, Kendrick. Gotta go with the Hove, man.
Hove?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Hove, man.
No Philly rappers?
I mean, it would be me, but you know what I'm saying, like Mac is already, he's at like he like where Pac is at. I don't like like he would up there, even though I said Jay, but I think Mac is like he's outside of music. Yeah. Whereas Jay is, but like he's music. Jadakiss is music. You know what I'm saying? Benny music. Beanie Siegel been locked up, been shot, he been sick. You know what I mean? People highlight his other shit as well, like almost equal to his music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying him. He's like somewhere like above Mount. He's God tier to me. Like niggas like him, Nas. I'm talking about actively getting busy right now. Hov still dropping verse. Niggas is still dropping God Did verses, Long Ass Jones. He's still popping up on Future, Khaled Jones. He's still sneaking in, giving you a 24-16. Benny cooking. Simba cooking. Kiss. Never heard nothing whack.
Never.
So far coming Philly rappers, I would have had to say me. I would have put me in
there. Yeah. All right. So what's next for you?
Just keep dropping these. My second volume to Let Me Borrow This Beat. So after the recognition and the buzz around my Instagram freestyle series called Let Me Borrow This Beat, I turned it into an actual mixtape hosted by DJ Alamo at Coalition DJs. Shout out to Coalition DJs, and put it out. Did some good numbers. It helped with my promo phase of what I was doing, and just reintroducing myself back to the general public and what I was doing, let everybody know, well aware. And I just was out, and I was a force to be reckoned with. Everybody's waiting for part 2, because I mean, like I said, it's like a revolving door. It's constantly ushering people new music, new beats, whatever ciphers, the new beat at the time to rap to, and constantly from the drill era then came in now. So it's like a whole slew of things and ways and beats per minute and raps and different content and current events you can rap about now. Yeah. So your job is never done as a writer.
That's true. So if you had to narrow it down to like the best piece of advice you got in life, like something you still resonate with today?
You only gonna get without it what you put in. Can't blame nobody for not blowing it or coming up. It's all on you.
Yeah, that's a fact. And
you could build a team around you which help you and facilitate you with this goal and this dream. But if you don't get up and really figure out what you want to do, like I tell all my children, don't wait until you're in your mid-20s to try to figure out what you want to do with your life. Start early. The earlier the better.
That's true. All right, man. We're going to end it right there. Appreciate you, brother.
Independent Dope. You already know. Shout to Jones, 54ville, ENT, Chuck Lawless, Get Your Weight Up, Twine, Hennessy Kev, Linda, the three-headed monster. Shout out to Smitty. Long live PNB Rock. Long live the Drama King. Bing bong.